Hi guys, welcome to another video in the Linear Equations and Relations series. In this video you'll need to develop a formula for a linear equation with one unknown. And after you've watched the video you'll need to copy down some notes in your own words into a summary book and complete exercise 3D from Oxford. Those questions there, a fair few questions. So mathematical models. I've got a few mathematical equations here to show you, and this first one in the red bubble is to do with specific heat capacity. That talks about how much energy can one material hold at any one time. So the amount of energy, E, is equal to the mass of the object times C, which is a specific heat capacity, which is the amount of energy per degree per kilogram. So how much energy can 1 degree of 1 kilogram of that material hold, and then this little theta symbol here is the change in temperature. Okay, so this is a relationship saying that energy is dependent on the mass, how much energy a particular bit of material can hold, times the change in the temperature. And you might be asking, why am I showing you this? Because equations are really powerful. We can use them in our lives to make really powerful predictions about how the world's going to be and what we can do. This equation over here talks about the share market, and if there's a certain price on a stock, when should you sell? And that basically makes the world go around, that sort of stuff. We're just going to be using equations, setting up equations, linear equations with one unknown, one thing we're not sure about. And we're starting there because this is really simple compared to back here where the things are a lot more complicated. And you might sort of say, oh, even still, where would I use it? Well, you'd use it if you say you're running a business, a small business, and you're saying in 5 years' time, if my revenue per day is this much money, how much is my business going to be worth? That would be the sort of thing you'd use to predict, or you use it in. So the way I like to think about setting up linear equations with one unknown is I follow these 3 simple steps. So the first step is identify the unknowns and represent them with a pronumeral. Remember, a pronumeral is just another name for a variable. So if you say your business you were wanting to know the value of your business in 5 years, your unknown pronumeral could be V. V could be the pronumeral you use. Okay. Step number 2, look for operations in the text and represent them with a symbol. So what I mean by that is these are all operations here, okay? And you've got to look for language which represents that, because you're not going to be told add this to add to that. It's going to be using different types of language. So sum of added to plus is going to be a plus operation. Quotient, for instance, means division, okay, or divide, okay? And number 3, solve and substitute to check the answer. So once you've got your equation, solve it and substitute to see if it's correct. Work backwards. Okay, so let's go through a few examples. If 11 is added to a certain number, so we'll start here. If 11 is added to a certain number, the result is 25. Find that number. So our first step in the process is to work out what we don't know, identify the unknowns, and that in this case is the certain number. Okay, I'm like, what is that number? We're not sure. So the first thing you do is, we'll say certain number is equal to n. I'm going to say that there is n. I'm going to represent that unknown with a pronumeral n. Okay. Second step, I'm going to look for operations. So I can see here 11 is added to. So that is basically plus 11. Okay, that's one operation. So 11 is added to a certain number. So I'm going to go n plus 11. Okay, the result is 25. Result, if I look over here, result means equals to. So n plus 11 is equal to 25. Okay, find that number. So now it's as simple as doing step number 3, solving my equation. If I've got n plus 11 is equal to 25, I want to get rid of this plus 11, so I'm going to do the opposite to both sides, minus 11 to both sides. N is equal to 25 minus 11, 20 minus 10 is 15, 5 minus 1 is 4, so we're going to get 14. So N is 14, and that makes sense. If I substitute it back, 11 is added to a set number, 11 plus 14 is going to be equal to 25. Okay. All right, example number 2. At a recent show, Christian spends $100 on 8 show bags, each costing the same price. Estimate the cost of each show bag using an equation. So first step, I've got to identify what I don't know, and I'm going to say C is equal to, let's say S actually, it's a bit better because it's a show bag, I'm not sure about. S is equal to the cost of a show bag, okay, and we know they're each the same price. So I'm going to have eight show bags, because they're all each the same. 8 show bags is equal to 100. Okay, that's going to be because I've spent $100. 8 show bags is equal to $100. Okay, so now that I've got 8S is equal to 100. Okay, I can just do I've got 8 lots of S, 8 times S. I'm going to do the opposite on this side, divide by 8. That just gives me S. I'm working on the side here, sorry, I'm running out of space. I've got to do the same to the other side, divide by 8. 100 divided by 8 is going to give me, I haven't done the calculation, sorry. Let's just work it out up here then. 8 goes into 100, 8 goes into 1 0 times, 8 goes into 10 once, remainder 2. 8 goes into 20 twice, remainder 4. So it's going to be about $12.50 per show bag. Okay. All right. Last question. I'm just going to move my head so I'm not in the way. A rental company has a fixed charge of $110 plus $84 per day for the hire of a car. So the Brown family have budgeted $650 for the hire for their entire holiday. How many days can they hire the car for? So I'm going to say D is equal to the days they can hire for. Okay, so I'm not sure about that. Okay, I've identified my unknown. Now I'm going to look for some operations. So there's a fixed charge of $110 plus $84 per day. So because I can see per day, I know that means it's going to be 84 times D. Okay, because each day I'm going to spend $84, and then a fixed charge of 110 means I'm going to have to add on $110 to my charge, and that's equal to $650. Okay, so $84 per day, okay, for the charge of the car, plus $110 as a fixed charge is equal to $650. And I've got to work out what is this D equal to. Okay, how much is that going to be? So let's just do like we've done before, opposite steps. So plus 110, I'm going to minus 110 from both sides. They cancel out. I get 84D is equal to, so 50 minus 10 is 40, and 600 minus 100 is 500. D is going to be equal to 540 divided by 84. Okay, because if I divide this side by 84, that cancels out. And if I divide that side by 84, that cancels, or that gives you this. Yeah, so D is equal to that number. And I have not done my calculations, but if you use the CAS, you're going to get a decimal answer to 2 decimal places. Okay, but if you were to leave it like that, days, you would probably not get full marks. So just use your CAS to work that out. Any questions, please just let me know on Zoom or email, and good luck with exercise 3D.